Welcome to One More Thing, a ministry of First Baptist Kirksville. I'm Travis Kirkman. I'm here with Jason Marlin and Ethan Bray. And we are back this week. We are going to talk about something really cool that's getting ready to happen at our church. But first, let's dive into the sermon. Acts. Acts on Sunday was like dancing in the street.
Dancing in the church.
Everybody's dancing in the street.
We didn't have any dancing, but it was pretty cool anyway. Actually, it was.
Were you hoping for some?
I did it in the sermon. I was like, listen, y'all, we want to be rejoicing, but we got to keep it kind of calm as well, so nobody actually jump up and down. And
listen, we don't want no distractions.
That's right, no distractions.
Right.
So what did you think about it? So here we are. We got this guy begging forever. Peter and John said, look, we ain't got no money, but what I do have, I can give to you. Rise up, walk. And then, man, he just jumped up and started rejoicing, started leaping, started dancing.
Listen, I love that passage.
Yeah.
And when I hear that passage, or when I read that passage, my mind goes back to younger Travis. When Travis played Southern gospel music with his family. The Happy Goodmans. I'm going to see if Sarah can put a little bit of a clip of this song into the podcast here.
All right.
But the Happy Goodmans, right?
Vestal
Goodman, they sang this song that was all about this passage. Silver and gold have I none, said Peter to the man that day. Anyway.
I know that one.
Yeah,
You know that? How about you?
Yeah. I can just
some good.
I know, come on.
Yeah. But anyway, it's so good. Sarah, you got to put a clip of that in here.
And provide hot silver and gold, have I none, said Peter to the man that day.
Daily he had been laid at the gate,
While the others went inside to pray.
but such as I have give I thee.
And he gave them a lift of his tongue. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, rise up, rise up and walk.
But I love that passage.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we can really relate to that today. There's a lot of hurting people. There's a lot of people in need financially and other things, of course. But we got to understand that their biggest need is, man, they need Jesus.
Yeah.
Right?
And then I also think like the thrust of it too is like how we should like rejoice in our salvation. Like get excited. You know, and I think a lot of times, you know, we just come to church and we just kind of out of routine and we're just sitting there. We're just like, come on, hurry up. Let's get this junk over with. And man, you see in his, you know, reaction and you see in his, you know, almost if you could see his face, just the joy, you know, that word leaping, you know, just kind of happens several times in that passage. That was really one of the things I wanted to point out was like, man, we should be excited about what God has done for us.
And I think it was cool, you know, I hear that on Sunday, and then I'm doing a life group with someone, and he's reading through Leviticus right now, and over again, Moses is reminding the nation, remember what the Lord has done for you.
Yeah.
And I think the reason this guy was so excited is because in the moment he saw what God did for him through Christ, right? Like Christ's power healed him. But I think for us to have that joy, sometimes it just takes time to reflect and go back. What did he do for me last week?
Yeah.
What prayers has he answered? How has he been faithful? You know, and that kind of gives you that joy back to continue walking with him later. So like for me, it's been really cool, whether it was life group, whether it was in the sermon, you know, remembering the things that God's already done in your life. And that joy does come back.
So, but then also, as you mentioned too, you know, as a church, you know, we get a lot of calls, you know, whether it's like, hey, help me out. And just the fact that Peter's like, look, we can't help everybody, especially financially. You know, we can't help everybody. Silver and gold, we can't help everybody financially. But what we should be about, you know, what the church should be about but what we can do is we offer something that's greater, you know, than just a financial help. And that is, of course, the hope of the gospel.
I mean, I'm sure it's every Christian, but, you know, we get to a point in our lives where, man, our, like, spiritual vision, I mean, there's hardly nothing there. And if something bad happens, you know, like, oh, man, the motor blew up in my car. What are we going to do, you know? from that point, it's just like depression and all this stuff. But I mean, when's the last time, you said like, oh, the motor blew up in my truck, but at least I ain't going to hell, right? Hey, let's dance, right? And so that should be the perspective.
Yeah.
And I think when we get involved in church, when we're in, a small group, when we're in, fellowship with these other Christians, we're studying the Word, we're praying together, we're living life together. That eternal vision, right? That spiritual vision is strong.
Yeah.
Right? It's stronger, and that's why these groups and different stuff that we do here is so important, just to be involved with what's
And
going
I think
on.
you just don't get worked up about things like you used to. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you fix your eyes on Christ and your focus is knowing Him, enjoying Him, living life from, kind of like Jesus, He put His yoke on. It's light and easy. Why? Because He's holding all the weight, right? Like when bad things do happen, it's not like the weight of the world just falls back on your shoulders because in Christ it's under control, right? And the life that you live, there's no sweat to it, I guess, because you just get to walk with Him, and that gives joy because there's no stress,
Yeah.
So I think just keeping your eyes on Jesus is like He did. Like He got up, and what did you say do? He immediately went to the temple, right, to worship. Like he went where the name of Christ was being proclaimed, right, to the apostles. So.
Yeah, and I think, one thing at the very beginning of that passage, you were mentioning groups and life groups and small and that sort of thing. I thought it was interesting that, you had Peter and John together, and how, I think a lot of times we get depressed or we get down because we're trying to do things alone a lot of times. And we try to do life alone a lot of times, and we feel like there's nobody else going through what we're going through. And that's just not true. I think we've probably realized that, everybody has problems. Everybody's going through difficulties. And whenever you come to church or when you get involved in, like you said, a life group or a small group, whatever, you realize that other people are going through these problems as well. So here you've got Peter and John, and and the Bible says they're going up to the temple to pray together. So, they realize the importance of togetherness, of being worshiping together, praying together, being a part of a church together, and so I just think that I think another lesson from that passage is how important it is to be a part of not just a church but be a part of a group where there's that togetherness, where you've realized that, hey, I'm not just going through this alone, that there's somebody else that can help me. There's somebody else that can pray for me. There's somebody else that's going through those same things that I'm going through.
Listen, I'm thankful that we have a staff and a pastor that realizes the importance of these groups. And so, man, I'm just thankful that we have, as a church, we have, these groups to offer people. And so we're going to let you, Sarah, tell you a little bit more about that.
We know that your time is valuable and that there are a lot of things competing to fill in the holes of what you have available. Because of that, we want to simplify some things here at First Baptist. In the past, we've offered 3 main group opportunities. We've had Sunday small groups, which happen on Sundays. We've had midweek groups, which happen on Wednesday nights. And then we added in life groups, which were happening kind of all throughout the week and in a variety of locations. Unfortunately, with life groups, we run into a bit of a problem finding locations, finding leaders, and a big one, finding childcare. Because of this, we have decided for the spring semester to put a pause on life groups. Instead, what we want to focus on are 2 main group opportunities. That's our midweek Bible studies that happen every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. and Sunday small groups. Sunday small groups, or Sunday school, as you may know it better, has been around at this church for many, many years, probably since the beginning. These classes happen every Sunday morning at 9:30, and we really do have classes for all ages. As an added bonus, we are about to launch a few new classes, and so we know in the end there's going to be a great class just for you. One of my favorite parts about Sunday small groups are our children's and our youth programming that happen during that hour. If you're still showing up at 10:30 with your kids or your teenager, they're missing out. These groups offer such an incredible opportunity for these kids and these teens to dive into the Bible, to be challenged in their walk, an opportunity for them to ask questions in a one-on-one setting, and just a great place for these amazing teachers to invest in them. I know some of my most fond memories of growing up are the incredible teachers that poured into me when I was just a small girl that ultimately led me to where I am now. If you are not already joining us on Sunday mornings at 9:30, change it. This is a great year, a great time to get plugged into a Sunday small group, to see yourself discipled, to be a part of discipling others, and also to see our kids and our teens grow closer in their walk to Christ. That's our Sunday small groups. They happen every Sunday morning at 9:30. For a list of options, you can see the printouts that are at the exit doors, or you can follow the QR code.
All right, thanks for that information. Listen, these Sunday small groups, I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah. So I wonder, maybe for some people, they may be wondering, like, why are you pausing? Why, life groups for so many years, we've kind of pushed life groups and said, hey, this is something that we really think is important. So why the pause? And the reason being is, well, I think Sunday mornings are just a good time where we have automatic childcare, where we already have groups set up for all age groups, and then also consistency. A lot of times those life groups, they were based on semester, and not only a semester, you may be in a life group in the spring, but then you may be in a different life group in the fall. So there's not that consistency of care. So one of the things that we want all Sunday small groups to really focus on is the community aspect. We want everybody to find that community where you've got people to pour into and hang out with. So maybe once a quarter, once a month, whatever, you're going out to dinner together, or you're playing volleyball. I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing some kind of fun thing. You're doing some kind of community.
My group ain't going to play volleyball.
No, you're not. What would what might y'all do?
I mean, eat.
Okay,
That's
so
the
you might
best
just
thing
come
to
to the
do.
house and eat, right?
Yeah,
You do something
exactly.
like that. But not just community, but the second thing we want to focus on is care. So if somebody is having a baby, hey, that Sunday small group's in charge of having a baby. You got a baby on the way,
Any
right?
day, man. Come on.
Any day. Could be, you're waiting for the call right
By the time
now.
it comes out, Lord willing, I'm holding them.
So, you want them to take care of baby, or maybe a death in the family, whatever it is. You want that Sunday small group to care for each members. And then the third thing is we want the Sunday small groups to be in charge of outreach too. We have new members constantly, or new visitors. How about that? New visitors constantly come into our church. So that's a great opportunity for those Sunday small groups to say, hey, we'd love to have you in our class. We'd love you. So we want each Sunday small group to be in charge
And
of
I think
outreach.
even outreach outside of our church family, like, sometimes you walk into a church and there's 300 people and you're like, ooh, where am I going to sit? Like, hey, you should come to our Sunday small group first. You get to know some people, and then you can sit with our families during the service. So I think it's even a great pull, to be able to reach people for Christ that way in your town, your neighbors, that kind of thing.
Well, one aspect that I also think is important, like one of the things that we were doing with life groups, especially like my age group, we would meet with life groups and all the adults would sit there and we would learn and we'd have a good time. But our kids would just kind of go off to a side and basically just have babysitters. If our they would have college students or something watching them. They would just play the whole time. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not the best. Well, for Sunday small group time, what they have is children's Sunday small groups as well. And let me tell you, we have some of the best Sunday school, we have some of the best Sunday school teachers for children. So that's another plus I see. We want our people with our parents with children to get involved in Sunday small groups because it's going to benefit your children as well. You want to disciple your kids, and I know
That's
you're
right.
big on it.
Come on.
You want to disciple your kids. One of the best ways to disciple your kids is to bring them to church and to let them be a part of Sunday school.
Yeah.
Because we've got some great teachers that'll pour into them. And then, of course, the youth group.
That's
and
right.
college.
That's
So
right.
there's
Miss Connie's great.
There's something for all ages on that. So not just that, but we've actually got some new classes available to that, right?
We do.
Like, tell it. Why don't you sell the new class?
Listen, y'all. So me and Jason has decided,
Teamwork.
and Sarah and Savannah, to kind of tag team a Sunday small group class, right?
So anybody watching that's not in a group, right here.
Right here. And so I'm really thinking maybe like after maybe this summer we could have how like you were in kindergarten, first grade, all that stuff, and you had like field day where you had all these events.
Yeah.
We should do field day for Sunday school classes.
That would be fun. I am all over that.
Three-legged race.
That's right.
Wouldn't that be
Get
awesome?
the bags where you jump?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sack race.
There you go.
race.
Tug of war.
There we go.
That's right. Lawn darts. This would be crazy. But
Washers.
no, for real though. Here's what's really cool. So my family came here about 4 years ago or so, and I remember when we came to visit, you guys showed us around the church and all this stuff, and there were some rooms that weren't being used, you know, and it's just really cool to look back on that because now, like, man, these rooms are filled up. But man, I'm really pumped about it. And like you said, right? Listen, we don't want this just to be Sunday morning from 9:30 to 10:30 or whatever it's going to be. We want to live life with you guys, right?
Yeah.
And so I love the idea of, you know, getting together outside of the church with the group, having a meal, doing something fun, having a field day, right? And so that's what it's all about. And so we're really trying to, you know, tend to the need, right? And we see a need that, hey, y'all need to be here Sunday morning for small group time.
And listen, I growing up in church as a pastor's kid, everybody's time's different. Like, our Sunday school class doesn't even start till 9:30. Like, you can almost sleep in almost and still make it here, you know, on Sunday mornings that early. Like, it's not bad at all. Like, I tell my college kids all the time, like, especially the guys, like, dude, you could sleep until 9 and still make it here on time. So, you know, just commit yourself. This one, what is it? Like, we're doing the 4 at first, you know, 4 weeks. Get up a little bit earlier and do it, and you won't regret it.
And this month's emphasis actually is,
you
you know, learning together.
Yeah.
You know, we want to be able to learn together in groups. So I think it is that important.
I mean, I think we really, by doing this, really, for lack of a better word, advertise like the need for men to step up in the church as well.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And so, hey, let's say we start our Sunday small group and there's, you know, 5-6 families in there. Like, here's the deal. We want to disciple those men. We want to raise up those men to be leaders in the church as well. And so the prayer is hopefully in the near future, they'll start their own Sunday small group, right? And so, man, I'm really looking forward to what the Lord's going to do with that.
And just a plug for you parents, you know, I know you said it's one of my soapboxes, but like really our Sunday school classes or small group classes for the kids, for the youth, they're great. And I know one of the biggest ways I grew in my faith was Miss Francie. I will never forget Miss Francie. She had me from like 2nd grade all the way up until 5th grade. And I still remember the day that I wanted to go to the youth group so bad. And it was like you had to wait till August or something. And I probably drove her insane. Like, when can I go with Brad? When can I go with Brad? Just wanting to go. And I still remember the day I left her Sunday school class to go to youth. And all I wanted to do was go back. Mm-hmm. Because she just poured into me. She taught me how to read the Bible. She helped me memorize all the books of the Bible. Like our teachers will do the exact same thing. Miss Robbie's great. And we have an awesome crew. So you really should, you know, invest in your kids and bring them to these Sunday small groups.
That's right. Without a doubt, that's good. Good commercial.
All right, y'all. So there's our pitch.
So
We'll see what happens.
So we might start asking too. We might start asking everybody, right? Like, hey, what Sunday small group are you in?
Oh,
That's right.
So,
And if you're not in one, you're going to be in Travis's, right?
I'm going to start texting dudes this afternoon. All right, y'all. Listen, this Saturday morning podcast, I mean, what is Saturday morning?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine.
Right?
You guys got your
February 14th.
wives anything yet?
Oh, I've got a whole list of things.
But have you got them?
Oh, got them.
You got them.
See, I'm trying to play it by ear. Like, I know I need to do something, but again, like, there's a chance I might be in the hospital. So I'm trying to.
You've
She
already
still
got,
needs
you've already got
Valentine's. She
yours.
still needs
You're
stuff.
giving her a baby.
That's
I mean,
right.
hey,
Thank you. I just don't
that's
think
like
she
the
see
most
it that
romantic
way.
thing.
Oh, dude.
Happy Valentine's.
So what are we doing,
No sleep
Travis?
for you.
All right, let's move on. All right, check it out. So Valentine's Day.
It is.
I still got to go buy some junk.
Uh-oh.
Listen, every year, I always do this. I go get Savannah something, but I also get all 4 girls something, too.
I know this is on the podcast, so maybe she shouldn't watch it until then. But are you a flower guy?
Not recently.
Do you buy flowers?
But yeah, Savannah loves to put, like, flowers in the house.
Okay. What
So
about
I
you?
try to
Are
get
you
her
a
some
flower guy?
flowers.
I have been in the last year or so. She really enjoys it. So, but she can't keep them alive. So.
When I like the bouquet kind of thing.
Like they die anyway, like a bouquet. Of
Yeah,
flowers.
yeah. Like I just get
like
her
a
thing of
dozen
flowers.
roses or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's most of them live.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
like Sarah doesn't like flowers, so I don't have to. Yay! Like, because that's where she like,
Yeah.
hey, you can buy me flowers. They're gonna die like in a week, so like don't waste.
So, like,
your
what's your go-to
Yeah,
to get
what
her
is your
then if you
thing?
don't get her flowers?
I don't know. I just have random. I get to pick whatever I want. which I always.
Does she always like it?
Oh no.
What's like the worst Valentine's gift
Well,
you've
I don't know.
gotten
I
her?
don't know if it's Valentine. I just my gifts are always random. Like here's my most probably random gift I gave her at Christmas a couple years ago. I thought it was going to be really cool, so I bought. Now that I say it, it sounds dumb, but anyway. So I bought her a new pot, like a skillet.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
to cook with, because she wanted. It was like one of them. Like
I love a good skillet.
it was one of them fancy ones. Like I forgot what it's called. Like one pot. I don't know. It was one of them fancy like $1
Like
things.
this wasn't no Pioneer woman.
No, this
This
is
was
like,
like legit,
high
like,
dollar
high
deal,
dollar.
like a $1 pot. Anyway, and then not only that, I was going to take a step up, so I bought her to go with it some lobster rolls. So it's like you order it from like Maine, all this kind of stuff, and so you could cook it in the new pot. It was like for two, and she opened it up and she was like. And I was like, and I was like, yeah. So that was
Sarah, was that the Christmas you cried? She cried that.
that was the
Christmas.
yeah, because she didn't know how to react. She was like, you got me a pot
Mm-hmm.
and some food. Okay.
Well, listen.
So I'm not necessarily the best at. I love giving gifts. I'm just mainly not the best at giving gifts.
I think you're getting better though.
Yeah.
So last Valentine's was my most expensive because I got the day flipped, and I didn't have anything for her, and I was sitting there like, crap, what am I gonna do? And I looked at her, I said, I will buy you anything. Like I felt so bad. She got brand new Hokas last year for Valentine's Day, so it was the most expensive Valentine's Day gift I had to do.
There you go.
So,
And you're still married. Okay.
yeah.
So last week I gave y'all some trivia. I've got some trivia again this week for you guys for Valentine's Day, but this has to do like with candy, sweet treats, because we all love that stuff, right?
Come on.
Listen, I had to go to Walmart yesterday, and I bought me a bag of those Reese's like Easter eggs, right?
The best.
You're the man.
I shared.
You
Yes,
did.
I appreciate
was
it.
wondering who
I
put
shared.
those on my desk.
Had a couple, and then when I got to church last night to get ready for Wednesday night stuff, I still had like 5. Still had 5 in the bag.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, there's 5. There's one for each girl, and then one for Savannah. They're gonna love that when they. 5 minutes later, I was eating all 5 of them.
They're gone.
They're
So,
addicting.
Sorry about that. All right.
But look in your.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to ask these questions. What do the M's in M&M's
Oh, I
stand
got that.
for?
Not a chance.
Mars and something. Mars and something.
Mars and Murray.
Mars and Murray.
So I didn't know that. I knew Mars, but okay. Here's one for you. This one's just for Ethan.
Nice.
Which candy does the slogan "Taste the Rainbow" belong to?
Oh, come on.
Skittles.
Yes.
That's right. Skittles.
They used to have the best commercials. Kind of.
Okay. This one's for both of you. Yell it out if you know it. Which candy company produced the "You're Not You When You're Hungry" ads?
Kit Kat.
You're not you when you're hungry. Remember the commercials?
Snickers, maybe.
Yeah.
Snickers.
Yeah, it is.
They've changed it now. Now that's what is it? You're I don't know, hangry or something like that. Or,
Hangry. Or it's like hungry, why wait, or something like that.
if you're-
This one's for you. You're a world traveler. What do they call candy in the UK?
in the UK.
They don't necessarily call it candy. They call it something else.
I don't know. I would think, is it bonbon? That's it. I know that's France, isn't it?
Yeah.
France is bonbon. Donnez moi un bonbon. That means, do you want?
Ethan, what do they call
That means, do you
candy?
want a piece of candy in French? Donnez moi un bonbon.
How do you know that?
Because I took French class in high school,
And that's all you remember.
That's what
Has
he
something
came
to do
out
with
with.
candy.
our French
I might need to ask a French man for candy one day. So I'm going to remember
Our French
this.
teacher would walk around with a bag of candy, and you would always have to say, "Donnez moi un bonbon." So
All right. Candy in the UK is referred to as
lolly.
sweets.
Oh, sweets.
Sweets.
Okay.
Sweets. Gonna get me some sweets.
Okay.
I kind of like that. I think I might start picking that
Be more
up.
sophisticated.
Yeah, not candy. I'm gonna go get some candy. Now I'm gonna go get some sweets.
And a sucker, I think, is a lolly.
Yes,
UK.
I think that's here too, isn't it? Depends on who
I
you
call
are.
it a sucker. You call it a lolly?
Which country consumes the highest amount of candy per capita?
It's got to be
It's got to be U.S. No, who?
Germany.
Really?
Yeah. I guess because I like the chocolate. Isn't like chocolate really big in Germany?
Swiss, I thought.
All right, here's one for you, Jason. Candy connoisseur. You love sweets. Listen, Hershey's Hugs and Kisses. What are they covered in? It's not like a regular little Hershey's thing, right? It's Hugs and Kisses Hershey's. What's the difference?
Oh, no.
You know what I'm talking about? Little Hershey's
The tinfoil? Like,
tinfoil wrapped thing
Yeah.
with the little tag sticking out the top. Hugs and Kisses are different. They're not just chocolate like the regular kind.
They're white chocolate and brown and milk chocolate.
That's right.
Yeah.
You knew that. I'm proud of you. All right, last one, and then we got to get out of here. Finish the slogan. There's no wrong way to eat a.
Reese's.
That's right. Dude, those were like my favorite commercials when I was a kid with
The
like,
candy?
how do you eat your Reese's?
Oh,
You remember those? And like one guy had like eaten the center out of it and it just left
That's
on
the
the peanut butter
worst
cup.
way to eat it.
Well, I always wanted to do that when I was a kid, but I couldn't ever make it look perfect like they did in the commercial.
Now, actually, my way to eat the Reese's is I eat all the way around the edge first and leave the middle last because that's the best.
Okay. Well, listen, we got to wrap this up now because I got to go get me some sweets. Go get me some sweets. All right. Listen, we're really excited about these Sunday small groups. Hopefully, you guys are like, I'm in. Let's do it. And so, you got
Come.
anything else?
Come, be a part of it. And
Anything else?
come be a part of the sermons too.
That's right, man. Listen, things are hopping right now. It's exciting to be here. So, all right. Well, we're going to leave you guys to it. Have a good night on your Valentine's night. And
If you hadn't gotten your sweetie something yet, go get them some sweets
that's right.
or
All
some hocus.
That's right. It gets more expensive the longer you wait.
All right. We're out of here. We'll see you next week.